What's up, my friends? Welcome to New View Tech Review. My name is David Gelly, and today we are going to talk about the 2018 Samsung Unpacked event. Let's get to it. Now, I told them strictly to not get the Note 7s because of safety concerns. Well, that was... I'm sorry, but I could not help myself from doing a Note 7 explosion joke. But all the phones are safe now, so there's nothing to worry about. Starting off, Samsung unveiled the much anticipated Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus at MWC in Barcelona. At first glance, you probably wouldn't be able to distinguish the new variants from last year's models, but it's internally where you will notice the main upgrades. And keeping the same basic design seems like a smart move considering Samsung will release the Galaxy S10 next year, a big number that requires big change. And creating a new design for this year's model would make the S10 feel a little less special upon its release. With the new models, we still get QHD Super AMOLED Infinity displays, but with that, Samsung boosted the brightness for better outdoor readability. The S9 will come with a 5.8-inch display, while the S9 Plus will sport a 6.2-inch display. The front of the phone also consists of new sensors that will use intelligent scan to provide us with iris and face scanning biometric security, similar to what we find on the iPhone X. The front-facing camera will come with an 8-megapixel sensor, which stands unchanged from the Galaxy S8. At the top of the phone, we find a second speaker, making this the first Galaxy device to have stereo speakers, a welcome change from the usual single bottom-firing speaker. These external speakers were fine-tuned by AKG and are capable of producing Dolby Atmos output for cinematic surround sound, something I will definitely test out in my upcoming review of the S9. And as long as we're talking about audio, I'm pleased to report that both S9 models will come with a headphone jack on the bottom, though I can see them possibly following suit and removing this in next year's model if they do end up overhauling the design. On the bottom, we find the expected Type-C port for fast wired charging, and since the back once again sports an all-glass panel, we get fast wireless charging for cordless power. On the opposite end of the phone, you'll find the SD card slot for expandable storage if you prefer more than the 64 gigs of onboard storage. The housing of the S9 is IP68 water and dust resistant, so you'll have no problem if your device decides to take a dip in the pool or the toilet. Hey, it happens to the best of us. Now, the back of the phone is where Samsung made the most obvious design changes. Most notably, the fingerprint scanner now sits below the camera to make reaching it much easier and to prevent smudges from misplaced fingers as we saw from the S8 models. As for the cameras, Samsung placed a 12-megapixel sensor with OIS on the S9 and dual 12-megapixel sensors on the S9 Plus, both with OIS. The S9 Plus will have a standard telephoto lens as well as a wide-angle lens, both working together to create a bokeh effect in our photos, something that's a no-brainer for all top manufacturers to implement these days. Within these cameras, we find the first ever dual aperture sensor on a smartphone. You can manually switch between f2.4 and f1.5 apertures for different lighting situations. Also, you'll be able to record at an astounding 960 frames per second at 720p for super slow-mo shots. It records 0.2 seconds of footage and stretches it out to 6 seconds. And since that's just a fraction of a second, you can use auto capture to automatically start recording once movement is detected within your preset parameters. You will also be able to record video in 1080p at 240 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. To power these new cameras, Samsung includes a DRAM memory chip for 4 times faster image processing. Moving to the internals of the device, we get Qualcomm's brand new Snapdragon 845 chip paired with 4GB of RAM on the S9 and 6GB of RAM on the S9 Plus. Battery sizes will stay the same as last year's models with 3000 mAh on the regular and 3500 on the Plus. But with the new 845 chip, you should expect to see the battery last a bit longer when compared to the S8 variants with the 835 CPU. Now, since Samsung and Apple love to take ideas from each other, we get a new Animoji-like software that uses the front sensors to scan your face for truly personalized emojis. Samsung calls this AR Emoji. The sensors will also check your facial movements for capturing up to 18 unique emoji presets for easy access when sending a message. Also included in the software is the ability to create GIFs, multitask over videos, and even horizontal orientation usage to keep screens from flipping constantly when going in and out of applications. And if you're a business that purchases work phones for your employees, then Samsung has you covered with their new Enterprise Edition models. They're exactly the same as the standard models, but have the ability to share files, updates, and much more, all pushed out to employee devices by an administrator. And to make further use of these new features, Samsung designed a new DeX dock for easily hooking up your phone to any monitor for a makeshift desktop experience while in the office or on the go. The phone even doubles as a mousepad and keyboard while connected to DeX. The S9 models come in 4 different color variants: Midnight Black, Coral Blue, Silver Titanium, and the newest of them all, Lilac Purple. Pre-orders start on March 2nd and will be available for purchase in stores on March 16th. This leads me to the question of the day. What are your thoughts on the Galaxy S9 so far, and do you think it will be worth the upgrade? Let me know in the comments section down below. That's all I had for you today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this quick video covering the 2018 Samsung Unpacked event. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
And now